All right, guys, I just want to show up here this morning to share my thoughts, my 3 cents on this topic called unrealized capital gains tax. I know many of you perhaps already know, familiar with it, and I wasn't, so I did my research. I want to share with you my 3 cents on it. Many of you are probably familiar with it, and I also ask you to do your own due diligence on this and what impacts that may have on your business, on your personal and professional as well. So here's my 3 cents on this. You ready? All right, as you already know, one of the candidates, presidential candidate, has suggested her 25% unrealized capital gains tax. That it isn't just for corporations, it's a direct assault on every American, hardworking American with assets, whether it is properties, homes, 401ks, yes, 401k savings, businesses, including. It isn't a reform, it's a pure gaslighting. Don't take it from me. You do your own diligence on this. It is, for me, a deceitful narrative meant to convince you, hardworking Americans, such as yourself, it only affects the wealthy, but in the meantime, eroding our hard-earned savings. This is a pure gaslighting at its finest, by the way. Let me explain. First of all, I want to take you back to the property taxes. Okay, property tax rates averaging about 1.14% nationally, soaring already to a 2.49%, almost 2.5, right? In New Jersey, for example, and 2.27 in Illinois. I mean, I'm thinking homeowners are already gasping, struggling under financial strain. Now, this added on value, the unrealized capital gains, for example, taxes, all of these taxes threaten to deliver another compounding, devastating blow. I think that's just my personal 3 cents. Shattering the economic stability across the nation. That will shatter economic stability across the nation, you bet. And let's be real. Where exactly do these property taxes go? I always ask this question to anybody that I talk to, even including my financial experts, including my financial advisors. Certainly not to where it's supposed to, right? When they're needed. So my question is very obvious. Where will this unrealized gain tax funnel to? I mean, I'm thinking out loud here. Just to cover the housing costs for the illegal immigrants. I'm sorry, I gotta have to include that because it is part of her program so far, right? That's another topic. All right, next perhaps, but I don't want to get into it right now. But I just want to say to cover the housing costs for those illegal immigrants. All right, so the impact on corporations and your assets, the impact on corporations is also your savings, 401k plans to be exact, is equally dire. The unrealized capital gain tax will cripple businesses for sure, stifling investments and innovation. They're all in the same zip code there. And this tax will erode returns for 401ks, contributors, and impose crippling compliance costs on corporations as well. So jeopardizing growth and financial stability, and forget about scalability as well, right? It's a destructive, once again, destructive move. There's no common sense out of this. It's a destructive move that threatens both corporate investments, equally individual retirement savings, full stop. There's no common sense behind this. So whoever that advising her clearly doesn't have any background, any best interest of hardworking Americans, any background in economy. Whoever is advising her clearly doesn't have any background in economy, just general economy. How about common sense? And no best interest of hardworking Americans. And it's just out of beyond unbelievable. This unrealized capital gains tax is just another scheme to manipulate the system and a blatant attack on our financial stability. And a very calculate in a way. I mean, if you ask me, it's a very calculate move to just control wealth. You don't need to be an economic guru or a financial, experts in this. I mean, you just try to make a sense out of this, right? even though my late father was a PhD in economics. All right. I mean, just all of this to see the flow of deception and just look at the patterns, I mean, I'm looking at the patterns over the past half century that I've been here on planet Earth. So that's all I can say, and that's all I want to share right now. What are your thoughts if this insanity rolls out, which I hope not, oh my God, knock on wood, and impacts you? How will you adapt and thrive? I'd love to hear your feedback. So please do comment below here. And, I want to also grab some resources here about the history of this, if anything at all, and I couldn't find any. So I want to just read this to you. All right, I'm going to read you some of my findings, and I just couldn't help it. I just have to dig in deeper on some of the findings here, and I want to share with you. Okay, and I like I said before, you guys need to also. There are like about half a dozen sites that I've gone through, and I'm trying to educate myself on this topic. So I encourage you, and I'm inviting you to also do your own due diligence on this and do your own research, all right? So the concept of taxing unrealized capital gains has been a topic of considerable debate in U.S. economic policy, particularly in recent years. Historically, capital gains taxes have only applied to realized gains, that is, profits made when assets are sold. Are you following me on this? Okay, so this means that individuals are taxed only when they actualize their profits, rather than simply, when the value of their assets increases. In the recent political landscapes, however, proposals have emerged to impose a tax of unrealized gains, primarily targeting ultra-wealthy households with assets exceeding $100 million. For instance, President Biden's proposal suggested a 25% tax on unrealized gains for this individual USGI smart asset. Those are my resources. If enacted, this would mark a significant shift in a taxation policy, moving the U.S. Towards a model that resembles a wealth tax. The idea, however, is not entirely new. Discussions around taxing unrealized gains can be traced back through various economic debates before, but a comprehensive framework for such taxation has not been established before. There are substantial concerns regarding its implementation, its rolling out, particularly regarding valuation and the inherent volatility of asset prices, which could result in taxpayers being liable for taxes on gains that they have not actually realized. You following me on this? All right. So critics argue that taxing unrealized gains represent a distortion of investment behavior and could stifle economic growth, as it may discourage investment in high-risk, high-reward sectors such as startups and innovation. Again, that's USGI smart asset. The psychological implications of such tax could also lead to public backlash, given the American ideals around economic freedom and the perception of fairness in taxation. All right, you guys following me on this. For a deeper exploration of this topic, you can always find it in any credible resources, obviously, and not just one or two. Find it more than like what I've done, half a dozen. I'm trying to find and educate myself on this. So I'm encouraging you guys and also inviting you guys to do the same. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, do multiple, countless researches on this. Educate yourself before you make a, final decisions or anything like that. But anyway, all right. If you have any feedback or any comment regarding this, please do comment below and go ahead, comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Thank you so much for watching.